Lil Baby's journey to the top has been so rapid. For someone who had no prior professional music experience, it's amazing to see how far he's come. Since making his debut with his mixtape in 2017, he hasn't looked back as he has continued to drop hit songs and collaborate with the biggest rappers in the industry. Lil Baby has been baptized as the leader of the new school by fans, senior colleagues, and critics. The rapper is arguably the biggest MC in the land. With Lil Baby's career seeming to be on the rise and much visible to the public, little is known about his past. In this video, we'll have a close-up view of the rapper's background. Before we delve into his dark past, let us take a brief look at Lil Baby's journey to becoming the face of the new school. Lil Baby's love for music as a teenager was known to friends and family, although he initially wasn't bothered about making a career from it. He loved putting words together, so much so that before he started rapping, he would often memorize other rappers' songs and then rewrite the lyrics from his own angle. I used to dissect music. Like, I used to know every song word for word. That was like one of my goals, to just know this song from front to back. He says, I wouldn't really make a rap, but I just like music so much that I started putting it into my life. I take someone else's song and make it for me, the rapper said. His 2020 numbers are a testament to the rapper's legit claim to being one of the top MCs in hip-hop. In a genre that has been dominated by the trinity of Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole, he has received praises from elder statesmen of hip-hop. Rappers like The Game, Fat Joe, and Lil Wayne have sung the praise of the 26-year-old. Hip-hop legend Fat Joe, in an interview with Complex Bracket, anointed Baby the hottest rapper in the global music scene.
Newer generation, there's nobody better than Lil Baby right now.
He's on fire.
There's nobody better than me.
The lean-back rapper believes Lil Baby is the best rapper of this generation. He said, in the newer generation, there's nobody better than Lil Baby right now. We've seen all this. We as hip-hop historians, we saw when Lil Wayne emerged. We saw when Eminem emerged. And Lil Baby is in a lane by himself right now. It's easy to agree with Fat Joe, judging by the achievements of Lil Baby. He has released projects that have gone on to top the charts and made millions in sales. His first studio project, Harder Than Ever, was certified RIAA Platinum and had the song Yes Indeed, which peaked at 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. He released 2 more mixtapes in 2018, Drip Harder and Street Gossip. Lil Baby's next studio album, My Turn, peaked at #1 on the Billboard 200 and is certified 3 times platinum by the RIAA. His award roll call is further proof of the greatness the rapper has achieved in a short period. Lil Baby's been nominated for 2 American Music Awards, 3 Grammys, 2 MTV Video Music Awards, and 7 BET Awards. He was named the biggest all-genre artist of the year at the Apple Music Awards 2020. Lil Baby won a lot of admirers to his side in what was a huge 2020 for him by lending his voice to racial injustice after the killing of George Floyd. As Black Lives Matter protests swept across America in 2020, a series of protest music followed. Lil Baby's song, The Bigger Picture, became a new anthem of the movement. On the track, Baby addresses systemic injustices with passionate bars. With the fame and plaudits coming Lil Baby's way so early, you might be forgiven for thinking he never had it rough growing up. This is however not the case, as he grew up under a single parent while hustling his way to make enough to take care of his family. Dominique Jones, also known as Lil Baby, was born in Atlanta, Georgia in the Oakland City neighborhood. He was only 2 years old when his father left, leaving behind a single mother to raise him and his 2 sisters. Baby grew up in a small house with his mom, who had to work in the post office to put food on the table. His father leaving happened so early in the rapper's life that his mother feels it had no impact. In an interview with Rolling Stone, she says, I guess you can't miss what you never had. It wasn't like his father was in the picture and then took off. In the very beginning, LaShawn Jones, Baby's mom, wasn't even sure that she wanted to have him. She already had 2 daughters, and things looked gloomy on the financial side.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna have Dominique. I debated it and prayed about it. I had already had 2 daughters. So well, I guess so, one more won't hurt.
It was so bad that the family lived off of food stamps and government assistance. It seemed it was hard to find a place for one more person in their family. In hindsight, it appears she made the right decision. She let the child enter the universe, and the rest, as they say, is history. Lil Baby wasn't a model student at school. He spent most of the day in the streets with friends who lived in the neighborhood. As a teenager, he was all about the money. He wanted to make enough to take care of a struggling mother and sisters. Being the good kid that he is, Baby's really close with his mother. He dedicates all his achievements to her. Although he wasn't struggling academically, he repeatedly got into trouble, causing him to eventually drop out of Booker T. Washington High School in the 9th grade. On how he got his stage name, Lil Baby got his nickname from a man named Wicked, and it stuck. He explains, I used to be going to sleep wherever. I used to leave my trash everywhere. Typical Lil Baby shit. They started calling me Lil Baby. Baby's refusal to take studies seriously made his mom worry about what would become of her son. He spent most of his early days selling illegal drugs on the street, hanging around with the wrong types. He also often got involved in fights. At age 16, Lil Baby was getting what he says is real money. He was making enough cash to afford apartments and cars That would make most kids his age grin with envy. By the time he turned 17, he had taken it a step further by acquiring 2 homes that cost about $2,000 a month. When some childhood friends appeared to have made headway in their music career, he felt left out. Music might have been appealing to him, he instead preferred leading the life of a criminal as it seemed better and easier than any other thing. In fact, Baby built a reputation with other artists in Atlanta as a well-known dealer. At some point, he was selling weed to these rappers in the studio and even after shows. In an interview with Rolling Stone, he comments on this saying, "They was getting money, but goddamn, they probably get like 30 grand a show, but they're doing 3-4 shows, so they come back with 50, 60, and I might win the whole 50. It was during his stint as a dealer, and especially when he was jumping from one rap studio to another, that he found his future mentor in Coach K, who convinced Lil Baby to learn how to rap."
Well, with Baby, all the things that, like, to me made Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, as I seen it in him, like the swag, his lingo, just his mannerisms, everything.
Lil Baby finally had a moment of reflection at age 20. After being sent to jail 3 times, he finally decided to take music seriously, but even after finding his breakthrough in the industry, Baby looks like the stereotypical rapper. The shirtless youth with 6-pack abs and with a long shiny chain embracing his neck, and like the typical rapper, he's had the occasional clashes with the law, which tells us he has yet to fully disconnect himself from his criminal past. Lil Baby's drug dealing career led him to prison on multiple occasions. His life of crime at a tender age was inspired by the fact that he mixed with the wrong crowd. At age 17, Baby was arrested for marijuana possession. His first lawyer had urged him to take a 2-year plea deal, but the advice fell on deaf ears. Baby got himself a new lawyer. The new lawyer counseled the teenagers to participate in a special program for teens with the same problems. Lil Baby took the advice and attended the program until one of the mentors made a racist remark. The then teenager started a fight and was jailed again, this time for 2 years. A year later in 2013, he returned back to his old ways like the hustler that he was. Lil Baby had a charge of possession of marijuana for less than an ounce. Not the quitter, in 2014, he got arrested again and charged with possession of marijuana with the intent to sell, among other things. In 2019, Lil Baby decided to put his speed skills to test, and the results, like his school grades, weren't too bright. Rumor had it that he was bracing up to take Ludacris's role as the only black rapper on Fast and Furious. While we're not sure of this and his driving skills, the police have had their say on the matter. Lil Baby got arrested by Georgia State Patrol officers and was charged with failure to use a turn signal, reckless driving, and eluding police. According to a report by the Georgia State Patrol, the rapper was spotted in his orange Corvette, fell in the signal while switching lanes, and then channeled the speed demon in him by increasing the speed of his vehicle, passing vehicles in a reckless manner in a high pedestrian area. After the Corvette passed one cop, he put on his lights and began in hot pursuit, at which one point, report says the driver began weaving between cars at a high rate of speed. As the cop caught up with the rapper in heavy traffic, Baby, who wasn't throwing a towel, tried to accelerate and change lanes, but was unsuccessful. We can confirm now that Ludacris never really had a competition in Lil Baby. A video of the incident appeared online. It showed an officer, who obviously wasn't in an autograph mood, cuffing the rapper as he lays on his stomach outside his vehicle. Baby, who wasn't in a diplomatic mood, responded to the arrest on Instagram, writing, "Fuck the police who'll be on that bullshit. Shout out to the ones who get you through the process ASAP." Lil Baby doesn't seem to be leaving his drug life behind anytime soon. He might not be dealing anymore, but his Paris ordeal indicates that the man is an active user. The Atlanta rapper was in France in July this year, and he had company in James Harden and Kanye West for Paris Fashion Week. Things got interesting real quick when 2 plainclothes Paris cops stopped Lil Baby and Harden after the festivities, with the officers claiming that a strong smell of cannabis was coming from their car. Police said that Lil Baby wasn't initially cooperative as he refused to let them search the car, so 2 other officers in uniform arrived as backup. The 2 American superstars were bewildered by what was going on. This might be because the Americans do not speak French. The duo later gave cops access to the vehicle. The French police struck gold as reportedly 32 grams of got seized from the car. Police didn't know who the 2 Americans were, said a witness who filmed a bit of the scene. Fans of Harden and Baby in France put up concerns on social media about racial profiling. The Paris Police Department disagreed by tweeting that it was based on an infraction. Lil Baby and his bodyguard were escorted into custody and charged with the suspicion of transporting drugs. They got released the following day, but got fined for the cannabis possession. James Harden, on the other hand, got lucky as he was seen taken away by police, but not detained. In a video that surfaced online, some appeared to be calling Lil Baby, Lil Baby. This moment went viral on social media, with Lil Baby trending across social media platforms. Fans took the chance to make memes about the situation. A lot of the joke centered on Baby's facial expression. One witness described the arrest as unbelievable to Associated Press. "I turned my head and it was unbelievable. I saw Lil Baby and James Harden. They are standing and are being frisked," they said. James Harden posted photos online before the arrest of the 2, but hasn't commented publicly since the incident. Lil Baby, on the other hand, jumped on Instagram saying he was good and that he was on his way back to America ahead of his Indianapolis concert tour. "Thank you to everyone who checked on me," he wrote. "I'm good. I'm on the way to the States to rock my show at the Pavilion at Pan Am in Indianapolis. Let's go."